brought to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Roll dice and rolls of life. Love deprived, look at her vibe. What's the meaning of life? Once subjected paradise, crystal chandeliers, focus reflected. Often mirrors appear, clear, ready from ear to ear. Craving that rainy rain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near, stay there. Remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you can see.
Boom. Yes, it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Hopefully everybody's having a fantastic Monday and had a great weekend. I know I did. Well, no, I didn't. I had a long weekend. We had our big tournament that we had at Santa Fe this weekend. Went really well. Had a couple of hiccups with some parents. Shocking. People get mad at the referees. Once again, shocking. Those of you who have kids and watch sports or have their kids in sports, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's crazy. It's crazy. Some of the things that the referees do, some of the things that parents do, it's just a combination of stuff. So, but anyway, the Cajun Classic, Gary Vick's Cajun Classic went really well, sponsored by Santa Fe Family Life Center, went really, really well this weekend. Had a bunch of teams and a bunch of stuff, so really enjoyed that. But it was a long weekend. It was a long weekend, but I'm glad it's over. Now you can just kind of rest and kind of see what's going on. Plus, my Stars took care of business in Game 7. Go Stars. Dallas Stars took care of Game 7. So we'll talk about that later with our guy, High Stick Harry, Ben Dillman. The Cavaliers and Magic finished off their Game 7 yesterday, so we know who will be playing who now all the way in the playoffs. And then, of course, our own Thunder play tomorrow night against the Mavericks. So we'll talk about that. In fact, it's funny is because this weekend, Triumph, which is a team from Dallas, when I coached, I used to coach against them when we went to Dallas and played against them and, in tournaments and stuff like that. So I've known their program for a while, and I was giving their coach a hard time yesterday. He was, they were talking about, the Mavs are going to spank y'all in 5. Oklahoma City's washed. Young has no answer for Luka. Young got no answer for J-Dub. For Kyrie. And I'm like, really? Let me see. I went to the game here. I went to the game in Dallas when we beat y'all in Dallas. When Luka went off on us, and then SGA went off on y'all, and then J-Dub kind of scored at the end, and then SGA closed it out with a steal, and then and at the end. So I was like, I was there. So I saw what happened. Then, of course, I was at the game here when we played against the Mavericks here, and Kyrie was doing Kyrie stuff. So I said, man, whatever. I said, to me, it's going to be real simple. The Thunder are going to win in 6, or the Mavericks may win in 7. I said, Luka and Kyrie in a Game 7 could be really hard for us. That's the way I look at it. I don't know if we can handle them in a Game 7 because I don't know what J-Dub's going to do. I don't know what our support staff is going to do. I know SJ is going to do SJ stuff, but what is Chet going to do? What is J-Dub going to do? What's Josh going to do? I don't know. I know he and Lou Dort have had playoff experience, so I know they're going to be able to probably know what to do, but the rest of the guys, who knows what's going to happen. So in a Game 7. Now, like I've said all along, I have issues with the national media talking about our Thunder and how young we are. Screw that. We've had 2.5 years worth of games where we didn't play, down to the stretch. And, what are we, 24-14 and 1-2 score games? So I don't want to hear that nonsense. We're a young team, but we know what to do at the end of games, which means what? You play good, solid defense, you put the ball in SGA's hands. If you want to win. That's not rocket science. You play good, strong defense, you put the ball in SGA's hands to win the game. That's it. Not J-Dub, not Josh. Put the ball in J-Dub and SGA's hands. That's what you do to win a game. And so Drew and I will talk. Drew, when Drew comes on, I think Drew is going to be on. Oscar Drew picks. And then Nathan, I know Drew sent a pick. Drew sent something about somebody on the sports radio talk, which I don't listen to Oklahoma Sports Radio at all. I mean, I don't listen to them at all because they say stuff. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? They have no idea what the hell they're talking about. And as basketball players, former players, we all laugh at the stuff that they say. And I'm like, do you even listen to that? He goes, no, somebody tells me what somebody's saying. We'll just laugh. And because, somebody particularly said today that J-Dub is as good as Kyrie and Luka. What the hell are you talking about? He's not even on the same planet as them. Now, would he be at some point? No, never. Will he be close to what they are? Possibly. He's not going to be Luka and Kyrie. No way. But once again, what these people are doing is spreading more of what the Thunder is saying. And like I've said all along, and I've got, like I said, my friends that when Ned's was open, I'd be there and these guys would say, oh, Matt, you're crazy and stuff you said. I said, hey, I'm right. You didn't like what I said about Russell? I was right. You didn't like what I said about KDE? I was right. You were wrong. You're wrong about this, just like I said. You're wrong. It's just like about Chet. I admit I was wrong. I didn't want Chet. I didn't think Chet was going to be as what he is, but I was wrong. Okay? And I can stand up as a man and say I was wrong. And I think as any person who's out here talking, who has a microphone, who's out there speaking to the public. Now, we're called the Unpopular Hour for a reason. And the reason why I named it the Unpopular Hour was because I knew that what I was saying compared to what others are saying in the media who get big followings is the fact that they're telling people what they want to hear because they're just as non-knowledgeable about basketball as these people are. And they even say stuff in football, and I'm like, what? That makes zero sense. But there's a reason why they live in Oklahoma. There's a reason why they're number ones on the radio in Oklahoma. There's a reason why they cannot leave Oklahoma. Because what you're saying only works to the people who are naive. It doesn't work with sports. Like, people don't want to, why people don't want to go to New York? Because they're knowledgeable. They're going to bust your butt. You know why people don't hate about Philadelphia? They're knowledgeable. They're going to bust your butt. You know why people don't want to do LA? They're knowledgeable. They're going to bust your butt. Big markets people they're very sharp and they understand sports. They understand intricacies of the game. They're not going to let you get up there and say any kind of thing crazy. The team is not going to feed them a bunch of nonsense. They're not going to do that. Why do you think the Thunder have one of the worst, if not the worst, duo on volleys? They're terrible. Why? Because they're only going to get people who are going to do exactly what they want them to do to say exactly what the Thunder narrative is. That's why they have them. You're not going to remember the guy we had before. He's gone. You're not. They're only one people that are going to say exactly what the Thunder want you to hear. And it's just like with me, the people that I'm friends with, that at Ned's, they're good friends with Sam. They talk to them all the time, and I know they do. Talk to the owners, I know they do, because we laugh about it. When Ned's was open, and it's funny to me because I'm like, I know that Sam hears what I'm saying. I know that the ownership hears what I'm saying. You know why? Don't care. I'm not here to kiss your butt. I'm not here to listen to your nonsense. You're not going to pee on my head and tell me it's raining. Bull. What you're doing is wrong. And I'm going to call you out. And if you were in New York or if you were in Dallas, you were in LA, you're not going to get away with what you're doing. You're not getting away with it. You're not going to get away with it. You're not going to get away with it me. You may get away with the Sports Animal and all these stations because they want to hear it. That's fine. Because those people want ratings. I don't care about none of that. I'm here to tell you the truth. I'm here to educate you. And then I'm just waiting for one of you all to come on me and show me that what I'm saying is wrong. Because you can't. And if you actually listen to what I'm saying and you follow what I'm saying, you're actually going to listen to and know that I'm right. Because if you really want to look at it and you really are looking, you will know what I'm saying is right. I'm not wrong. You may not want to hear it because you don't like it, just like I hate it. But it is what it is. It's the truth is the truth. It is what it is. So, now, enough of that nonsense. Where I'm at now is I don't like this weekend. I was defending our Thunder because I'm like, that's ridiculous. I mean, you're not going to beat us in 5 games. You're not going to sweep us. That's crazy. Now, can they get game 1, which is the game that I'm really worried about more than any of them? Yes, I'm really worried about game 1 because we sat 8 days. I said this last week. I wanted to, and it sounded crazy. I wouldn't have mind if we didn't sweep the Pelicans, who, like Charles Barkley said, is terrible. I would not have mind that. Why? Because I did not want us to sit out 8 days. That's not good for a young team. You can't get in the groove, and then all of a sudden, remember in game 1 when the Pelicans almost stole game 1 and SGA had to close the door on them? That's what he does. He closes the door, not J-Dub. You people that are picking J-Dub, you're only doing that because Sam Presti's telling the Thunder telling you to. If you think J-Dub is as good as SGA, you need to quit doing sports. You need to quit thinking what the hell you're thinking. You're out your damn mind. SGA is getting ready to be the first Thunder player to be All-NBA and first-team All-NBA defense. The first. Paul George was All-NBA and second team. He's going to be the first. And you think J-Dub, who's not on, going to be all, maybe he might make third team one day, maybe, if even that. But he's not All-NBA. He ain't even close to SGA. And SGA is 3 years older. They're like, well, he's going to get there. I say 3 years older. Look at what SGA was doing the same timeline. Look what SGA did to get year 2, year 3. You can see what his stats, year 4, year 5. You look at what his stats are. Look what he did every year. So you can't compare the two. J-Dub is not that great of a defensive player. He's just not a lockdown guy. SGA is leading the league in steals. J-Dub's not going to lead the league in steals. He's going to have his games where he's going to have 3 steals. He's going to have this. And he was getting killed by them in the Pelicans. He can't defend. Now you got to go Kyrie or Luka. They're going to eat him up. But Luka's going to eat up everybody, so that's not going to matter. And Kyrie's going to eat up everybody. That's not going to matter. Lou Dort is just going to be physical on him and do what he can do with Luka. And Luka's still kind of hurt, and that's the thing why Dallas wanted to get out of Game 5 so they could get as much rest or Game 6, so they could get as much rest as they possibly could in order to rest Luka's knee. But he's still not going to be 100%, but he's about probably 90. And like I said, that's part of the reason why I wanted the Thunder lose to win Wednesday and then only have 6 days off. That's what I wanted. I didn't want 8 days. I mean, that's a long time. I don't care. It's a long time. I'm worried about it. But I think that we're going to be okay. And like I said, I'm not I was pissed. I won't say pissed off. I was disagreeable to what these Dallas Mavericks saying. They were out of their damn mind. Now, they did win 2 championships, 2 of the divisions in the tournament, so they are pretty good. They had some pretty good players. But I just look at them, and I'm like, okay, guys, you're not going to sweep us. You're not going to beat us in 5. You might beat us in 6, and I'm really worried about 7. But I do believe, like I told them, I think the Thunder are going to win at 6, but it all depends on Game 1. Now, we beat Dallas in Dallas, okay? We beat Dallas in Dallas. So I know we can beat them there, and I think they know that the Game 1 is so crucially important. But it just worries me that Daigneault and his lineups playing 10, 11 guys. Okay, first of all, like I said, and like I've been saying since, I like Gordon Hayward. I think Gordon Hayward is a lot better than what he's playing for the Thunder. He just doesn't fit on our team. But he's a lot better player than what he's playing. He really is. He's a good player. He just doesn't fit with what the Thunder are doing. That's it. But he is a good player. He just doesn't fit on our team. It's kind of like, remember when we had Al Horford. Al Horford look at what he's doing in Boston. He didn't do that for us. Why we didn't have to play? Because we knew we were going to get rid of him. But the whole thing is, he's a lot better player for them than he is for. He just didn't fit with what we're doing. Neither is Gordon Hayward. So Gordon Hayward shouldn't play. Like I've said all along, you need to be playing SGA, J-Dub, Chet, Josh, Dort, Isaiah Joe, J. Will, and Aaron Wiggins. And then just it kind of depends on, I love Kaysen. That's my 9. And then K. Rich, he just hasn't played well. He just hasn't played well the last month. He hasn't played well. So to me, I don't play him. I stick with that 9 right there that I just mentioned. SGA, J-Dub, Chet, Josh, Dort, Wiggins, Isaiah Joe, J. Will, and Kaysen. That's the 9 I'm going with, and I'm rotating them in, and I'm playing them 38, 40 minutes. I'm playing SGA 40, 41 minutes. I'm playing, somebody was arguing with me about that. Oh, these guys need rest. What the hell are you talking about? Rest for what? This is the end of the year. This is for the chips. This is for everything. What the hell do you need to rest for? And you know what? It's somebody who ain't never played on a higher level. He doesn't get it. And I said, you're arguing with someone who played the most minutes ever in a game in Oklahoma State history. I played 58 minutes in a game. And you're going to argue with me about when I had 30. And you're going to argue with me about being tired. Hell, I wasn't tired. I'm trying to win a damn game. I went down and scored with 4 seconds left. I scored and went full court in 4 seconds to shoot a layup to send it into the fifth overtime. So I don't want to hear about no tired. You're not tired. You're not tired this late. And plus, how are we tired? We just had 8 days rest. You know, you've got to play. Dagnall cannot be the minutes manager that he is. He cannot do the lineup stuff that he's been doing. He has to get in win now mode. Now, like I said, for those of you who watched the interview on TNT when he interviewed for MVP, when he said, you know, when Shaq goes, you know, I played for Phil Jackson and, you know, I played for Pat Riley and this is how we did stuff, And he goes, well, that's not how we do. You know, we prepared for to win the championship in the beginning of the year. Oh, we just do game by game and, you know, possession by possession and whatever. And they looked at him like, y'all aren't ready to win. You ain't the dude. They all did that. You look at their body language. And then, of course, who took over? Ernie started taking over. Asked the question because they were like, well, we're done. So their respect for Oklahoma City as that coach went away right then and there. Oklahoma City, in their mind, you ain't ready to win then. If you're not sitting there with the team you got and you're not trying to, yes, as the coach said, we don't want our team's head to be in the clouds. The hell are you talking about, the clouds? Trying to win an NBA championship, your head is in the clouds? What are you talking about? This is not the damn G League. And for all of you all that like him, you got to understand, I don't dislike the man. I'm just saying, here's who he is. He's an excellent builder of talent, making guys better. But once they get there, what do? Even the Athletic said at the beginning of the year after interviewing him after last summer, saying this guy can't coach a superstar. He can't. He can build guys up, which is what he's trying to do with J-Dub. He's trying to develop J-Dub. That is what he's doing. That's what the Thunder want. That's what he's doing. Because they're not in win now mode. That's why. The Thunder are not. They're in, okay, we're young. We got plenty of time. We're going to get there. Hell, you're there now. You're the number 1 seed. Why? Because you beat Denver 3-1, and then you tied 2-2 against the Timberwolves. We beat them twice there. They beat us twice here. So that's what happened. That's why you're number 1 seed. And why is that? The first time Denver spanked our butts here, we went to Denver and beat them, and then SGA hit the game winner to beat them to go up 2-1, and then Jokic did not play, which I don't count that game. It's 2-1. I don't count that last game. So you look at that and you go, wow. And the differences between us and them and any other team, these other NBA teams and other coaches are trying to win the chip. They're playing only the amount of players they're going to play. And then Dagnall's like, well, you know, that's been our strategy all year. Who gives a shit what your strategy has been all year? We're trying to win the NBA championship. We're trying to win the chip. What you did in the season is different now. This is not the season. This is postseason, where every game matters. It's not like you can play 11, 10, 11, 12 guys and go, oh, well, we got a game tomorrow, or we got a game in 2 days. We got 10 more games. We got 20 more games. No, every game matters. So what do? You play the right lineups. It's like game 4. He finally played his best lineup in a game. And we've talked about this over and over and over ad nauseum. Who is the best 5, 6, 7 guys that you can play to make a run against the second team? That's SGA, Isaiah Joe, Kaysen, Wiggins, J. Will, and then bring in Chet. Then you bring in at the end of the quarter, if you need to, which you don't, bring in J-Dub. That's when you make your runs. That's when you made the 10-3 run against the Pelicans. Why? Because SGA has the ball in his hands. Bringing the ball up the floor. This is like my guy Nathan Taylor. We talk about that. Oh, well, he gets tired bringing the ball up the court full with somebody pressuring him. Does he really? No, he don't. How are you walking the ball up the court? You ain't running the ball. You only get tired running the ball up the court. You don't get tired walking the ball up the court. How do you get tired? Doing what? You're walking. And then the second thing is that group, what it does is you have shooters on the wing. You have Wiggins on the wing shooting 49, 48, 49%. You have Kaysen shooting 40-something percent. The worst shooter you have on the team there is J. Will at 36 or 37% from 3. So what are you going to do? And Isaiah Joe, what are you going to do? SGA is going to probe you, and if you double team him or try to cut him off, he's going to make the correct pass. That guy closes at them. They're going to make the extra pass to the guy wide open in the corner on the wing. That's what's going to happen. We're going to get a wide open 3. And you got guys who can shoot. And then what you got guys on top of that? You got guys who can defend. And guys who can defend create what? Turnovers. Create what? Easy baskets and transitions, which creates what? What does that create? Easy transitional baskets creates what? Flow of the game. Offensive flow of the game. That's what it creates. Your defense creates offense by putting you into the flow of the game. That's what happens every single time when you have that group. So here's the schedule of what's upcoming for the Thunder. Let me get this up here so everybody can kind of see what I'm talking about. The next, 6 games, whatever it is. Anyway, tomorrow night, Tuesday night, Thunder's 8:30 TNT. We have the late game again. What a shock. We have the late game. Can't believe that. Then on Thursday, once again, we have the late game at home on TNT. Then we travel to Dallas Saturday afternoon at 2:30 to do that game, which means that it's going to be a fun night in Dallas Saturday night. And then you have Monday, you have 8:30 game against the Mavericks in Dallas again on TNT. And then Wednesday night back here in Oklahoma City, if needed, there'll be a game 5 back in Oklahoma City to be determined on the time. It'll be on TNT. Depends on if it's 2-2, if it's 3-1, or if it's needed at all. If we sweep them, then it won't be needed. So we'll see what's going to happen on that. Then, of course, game 6 will be at 7:30 on ESPN, and then the Mavs game will be on TNT that night. So anyway, that's the way it looks right now. And I'm just excited about it. I really am. I'm thrilled that the Thunder are doing what they're doing. I love our team. I do. I love our team. And even though we don't have a Kevin Durant, SGA is kind of Kevin, but he's not really Kevin. He's not really Kevin. Even though he is a beast, he's just not Kevin. He really isn't Kevin. He really isn't. I do like him a lot, but he isn't. He's just not Durant. He's not Durant. Oh, I'm sorry. I have this wrong. The game Saturday at 2:30 is on ABC. Yeah, I need to change that. My bad, everybody. For some reason I thought it was on TNT, but it is on. It is on AT. It's on. I need to change that right now. It's on ABC. So it's an afternoon game, which is perfect. So I'm excited about that. I need to get that changed. So you guys, I gotta have the right information up here for you all. I hate when we do the wrong information, but we're gonna do that real quick. It's gonna take me 2 seconds to do this. Change it up. Do this and this and this. And where's Thunder? There you go. Boom. How quick was that? Was that easy? Yes, it was. Because why? I'm good at what I'm doing now that I know what the hell I'm doing. Bam. Where is it going to change on there? It's going to change on my screen right there. Changed on my screen. Changed on yours too. So anyway, that's where we're at right now. And I'm excited about it. I know that tomorrow night's going to be crazy. I'm so pumped up about what the Thunder is going to do tomorrow. Because I know that one of 2 things are going to happen. Luke and them are going to come out, and they're either going to just bust us up or try to bust us up, hit us in the mouth early, because they know that we're going to be sitting for 8 days, which are going to be rusty, just like Boston's going to be. Boston's going to be rusty. They just are. So anyway, I'm interested to see what's going to happen tomorrow. I know the fans are going to be crazy. The commander, Randy and Wright, and I, we laugh about it all the time because, we've been going to games together for the whole time the Thunder was here. So we went through all the ups and downs when the Thunder were terrible and when the Thunder were really good. So we went through all that. And by the way, guys, if you have any questions about what we're doing, or if you have any comments you want to make, please go to YouTube, search The Unpopular Hour with Matt Clark. You can like, subscribe, hit notifications, and then you can ask any questions or just comment on what I've been talking about thus far, especially those crazy-ass Mavericks fans think they're going to sweep us or beat us in 5. That's just ridiculous. That is just ridiculous. So anyway, you can do that, as well as search After the Storm, which the show will be on tomorrow night. After the Storm, which is our OKC Thunder post-game analysis live stream. After the Storm, OKC Thunder. So like, subscribe there. And then, because on that show we have huge following. And then, of course, the MC Sports Network. You can go to MC Sports Network and you can watch any of our previous shows on that. So you can do any of those things to watch us. But today, if you want to comment, like I said, you can comment and Ask any questions on the Unpopular Hour, Matt Clark on YouTube, and then also After the Storm, do the same thing. Tomorrow night we have a huge following on that. So we have a huge following on After the Storm, after Thunder games. We have a great interaction between people. So that being said, hey, just comment on whatever I'm saying, or if you don't like it or whatever, please let me know. My feelings do not get hurt at all, especially if you're saying things like I really like. You've only had one idiot on the comments on the After the Storm. But for the most part, the guys that comment are very knowledgeable and they're very sharp, and the questions that they ask and the comments they make are usually right on point, or maybe a disagreement with us, but they made some good points, and we talk about them. Myself and Nathan Taylor, we talk about them of YNB. We talk to them and we talk about the things that they say. Nobody's scared of anybody and what people are saying. So that's the way we do it, and that's how we roll here on MC Sports Network, the Unpopular Hour. So that being said, let's go ahead and thank our sponsors real quick. We want to thank SRB. If you have needs for engineering, surveying, or planning, please go check those guys out. They love to be behind the scenes. So check my guy Mark Long out. He's really good at what they do. They love to be behind the scenes to make sure they can do your setup of surveying, lay it all out, plan it so that your complex or anything you're building won't flood or anything like that. Also, if you have a dam or you have a water treatment plant or anything like that, hit those guys up. They'd love to come in there and make sure everything flows and works properly. Collaborative Logic, if you have needs for computers, software, or office stuff to make your office run smoother, or they can actually create their own software or create software to make your office run smoother, hit our guys up. Also, website design, they have done our MC Sports Network logo. So they did our stuff, our logo, not a logo, but our website. So we hit our guy Russell Williford up with them. And then the thing that I love about them is that they can remote in and take care of whatever you need to be taken care of. Oak Grove Trucking and my guy Jose Fierro, if you have needs for dirt, rock, or dirt, rock, or sand. What's stand? What the hell is stand? Can you move stand? Anyway, sand. Hit our guy Jose Fierro up for that. He'll take care of you on that. And YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender, a member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area, in the Yukon area. For us to go out and support it. They support us. So what am I talking about? I just got a text and I was trying to read that and do that. Sorry, Randy and Carolyn. But anyway, they are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender, member of the FDIC, and proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. You can go into the main bank at 401 Elm there in historic downtown Yukon, 66 steps from historic downtown. Let me get that straight so I don't get beat up by these guys. And then, of course, if Nathan was here, he'd give you to talk to who everybody you need to talk to. But you can go in and see Nathan. You can go in and see Carolyn. You can go in and see Randy. You can go in and see the Horn Man, and we have a couple of new guys. Or you can go in and see Kent Hess. Any of those guys over there at the main bank. YNB East, which is off the Parkway and 66 or 39th Expressway. YNB Mustang, which is off Mustang Road. They're in Mustang 218 North of Mustang Road. YNB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks and I-40. And then YNB Peoples, located on 23rd between Rockwell and MacArthur. You cannot miss it. Easy to find. And, of course, the Shelter Insurance, the Mark Pemberton Agency. Go and see my guy Mark over there. 4609 Southeast 29th in Dale City, Oklahoma, 405-670-2424. Open Monday through Thursday, 9 to 5, Fridays 9 to 1, closed Saturdays and Sundays. And they're probably serving the Middale area since 1982. 1982, they are the peeps over there for that. But anyway, like I said, it was a great weekend for basketball, and especially the NBA, now that we finally know who all the NBA teams are and who all is going to be playing who. We're going to go over that. Here are the NBA scores. Of course, the Magic and the Cavs. Watch that game. The Cavs won 4-3. Donovan Mitchell he's just a problem. He was a problem when he was at Utah. He's a problem now that he's in Cleveland. He's a problem. He's a problem. I mean, he can just go. And the thing is that the coach lets him go. And like our coach, as we call him, the SGA cooler, that's what I call Dagnall. The SGA cooler, that's what I call him. Anyway, he just won the game for the Cavs. I still don't trust the Cavs that much, but that's what the thing is. And then here is the playoffs as they saying, finally we know who's playing who and who's doing what. So you have the Thunder and the Mavericks. That is tomorrow on TNT or True TV. You can see it right there. Then, of course, the T-Wolves and the Nuggets. Minnesota leads 1-0. And we're going to talk about that game in a minute. Ant-Man, who is just, he's, he's an absolute monster. He just straight up is. And then, of course, the Celtics will play the Cavaliers. Now the Cavaliers got by the Magic. And like us, the Celtics have been sitting longer than we have. I think they've been sitting 10 days, 12 days before they play. And they play tomorrow night as well. And they've been sitting too as well. So they're going to be, it's going to be interesting. And if they're going to steal one, if the Cavaliers are going to get one, that's the game you're going to get because of the simple fact that they hadn't played. And like I said, if Dallas beats us, I'm really not worried, even though we need game one. I think we win game two, we come back and we steal game three there in Dallas. That's just how I feel about it. And then, of course, the Pacers and the Knicks, that is set up as well, and that will be on TNT. So I'm just looking forward to what's going to happen right there, and that's at 7:30. So we'll see what that is. But anyway, this is what the schedule looks like. You have the Thunder and the Mavs, the 1 versus the 5, which, of course, we thought the Mavericks would beat the Clippers, even though we as Thunder fans wanted the Clippers, because the Mavericks are going to be much more of a problem than we are. Now, Drew thinks that they're going to beat us in 6. He also believes, kind of like the Mavericks fans, they could even beat us in 5, but he thinks 6. And I just don't. Like I said, I think we beat them in 6 or game 7. I just don't know what the hell would happen in that. I think the Mavericks, they could beat us in game 7. I just don't know if we can get that done, but we shall see how that works. But I do believe that we can win in 6. That's kind of what I think. I think if we get these first 2 games at home, I think we may be able to get 1 in Dallas. What I would like to do is win the first 3, lose game 4, come home, close it out in game 5. Or excuse me, I'm sorry. Win one of the games there. We lose the game, one of the games come here. We win game 5. We go up 3, and then we beat them in game 6. That's kind of how I look at it. So I think we win the first 2 games, and then we either wins game 4 or 5, or games 1, 2, and 3, and then 5, and then close them out in 6. Excuse me, 1, 2. That would be closing them out in game 5. Wouldn't that be in 5? So that wouldn't be right. So I'd say we win games 1 and 2, and then we win 5 and 6. That's kind of how I see us. But I think we can get them one time out of that to get that done. So I'm interested to see how that's going to work and how we can get that done. I got my guy Charles Williams. I forgot to do this for everybody. My boy Charles is throwing on this big, huge event, and so I'm getting ready to pull that up so that he can, let me see. He's having a big, huge event, and I'm trying to pull it up, but it's not doing it for me right now. Let me see. Yeah, it did not pop up, so I'm not gonna get Charles, and I'll try to get him on tomorrow. He's doing a big, huge event tomorrow, and all the people it's gonna be on, and then I'm gonna have a big link to that tomorrow for him because he's doing a fantastic job there and he's doing a big, huge event for people who are interested in going to a coach's clinic. He's got Kelvin there. He's got. I think Mike Boynton is going to be there as well, which I'm excited to see. Well, I would be, but I won't be able to attend because clearly I'm going to be at the Thunder game. And then, hang on one second, everybody. I'm going to get this in here. Let me see. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get that, get Charles's deal in here. I don't have his email that he has sent me regarding that. Let me see. What's it called? Elevate. Sorry, everybody. I'm trying to get some stuff done here. I'm sorry for this little bit of. I don't have his deal in here. I don't know how the hell I'm supposed to get him on here if he doesn't send me a damn email. I don't know what he's thinking. I'm going to try to send this to Charles Williams and see if I can get his old email, and see if it can pop up that way. This is going to sound, y'all going to probably have to hear me talk to him. Let me see. Let me say he didn't. I'm going to send him a message right here. I didn't get an email, bro. Anyway, let me get back to what I was doing. Charles tried to interrupt me. He got me all screwed up. Anyway, now games today. Here are the NBA games today. You have the Pacers and the Knicks. That game is at 6:30 on TNT tonight. The Knicks are favored by 6, which by all means they probably should be. That's the way I look at it. They should be. I don't know why the hell that's doing that. They should be favored by 6 over the Pacers. Of course, the T-Wolves, as the game's at 9 o'clock, and the Nuggets, of course, the T-Wolves are up 1-0 against them, and it's -5. So that's going to be interesting to see what happens right there with that game. So we're going to see what happens. But I do believe that they should be able to handle their business with them and what's going to happen. So all I know is the Ant-Man was just unbelievable the other night in that game. I mean, he's just a man among boys. I mean, they just didn't have an answer for him. 43 points. I mean, he's had 2 back-to-back 40-point games, and he's just he's just ridiculous at what he's doing and what he's performing. And the question is, who's going to be the next face of the NBA? And is it going to be Ant-Man? Is it going to be? I mean, he's just a beast. Now they're trying to call him Jordan, which I have an issue with, because I'm like, that's high praise. Kobe was more Jordan than Kobe, and that's the problem. Kobe gets overlooked because we've already seen that. You were Jordan. You were being the exact same player Jordan was instead of being Kobe. But what were you? Unbelievably relentless on offense and unrelentless on defense. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. And unrelentless on defense as well. Because like T-Mac says, and I argue with these kids all the time and people about trying to put LeBron as the man. It's LeBron is not the guy. LeBron disappeared twice in the NBA Finals. How can you be the GOAT and you have two NBA Finals where you disappear? You're non-existent. And then everybody talks about, oh, you have how many points you score in the fourth quarter. When I'm looking at game 3 in Denver, and you didn't even tell you shot one time in the fourth quarter at the end of the game, but you led the deal in fourth quarter points. What the hell are you doing in the last 5 minutes? I want to get rid of how many fourth quarter points you score. How many points do you score in the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter? Not the fourth quarter. How many do you score when the game is on the line in the last 5 minutes? That's what I want to see. That's what makes a difference to me. When the game is on the line, how many points do you average? Give me the guy who averages the most points in the NBA in the last 5 minutes. That's who I'm talking. That's who I want to know. Not the guy who scores the most points in the fourth quarter. What that is a misleading stat to make you think that somebody's doing something. You could have 12 points in the fourth quarter and not score the last 5 minutes. Does that make you a leading fourth quarter person? No, that doesn't, because what happened when the game was on the line? Where were you? That's why when SGA, him missing the Philly game and him missing the Knicks or the Celtics games cost him the MVP. He led the league, and I was sitting there listening to somebody talk about, J-Dub had the most fourth quarter points. Okay, if he was the best fourth quarter player, why does SGA lead the NBA at 61% in field goals, go ahead, or to game clutch baskets? Why is that? If J-Dub is the man, where is he at in clutch field goal percentage if he's the man? SGA, 61% in clutch fourth quarter points. 61%. Jokic, 58%. LeBron, 35. 35. You went 61, 58, 35. That's what matters. But now when you look at Jokic in the playoffs, what's happened? What is Minnesota? They're long. They're 6'11", 6'10", 6'11", 7 foot down the post. That's what they are. And what did I say about Minnesota and the Thunder? The difference between them is the guys who we have that are 6'7", 6'8", they have 6'9", 6'10", that are doing the exact same things we have 6'8", 6'9", 6'7", 6'8". That's the difference between the Thunder and them. Same guys defending, same guys doing the same thing, except they're 6'9", 6'10". We're 6'7", 6'8". Same guys. Or 6'6", 6'7", 6'6", 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", whatever it is. Same guys. They're long, and they still shoot the three. They still defend, but they can do what? Rebound. That's why they're number one in the league in defense. And then you got Ant-Man just doing what Ant-Man stuff, and then the rest of them, Mike Conley, didn't have any points in the first half. Nas Reed, none, and all of a sudden, boom, 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 they kill you. That's what happened. Anthony Edwards got him going, Ant-Man got him going, and then they closed him out. And what did they do? Jokic had 32 points on 29 shots. Think about that for a minute. 32 points on 29 shots. That's not efficient at all. Why? Because they're long. But when you look at us and against the Nuggets, the reason why we beat them is because Gobert can't be out there. They can't have him and Cat both out there. Why? Because once we start knocking down some threes, then they have to go smaller to be able to defend us. And then we're more of a matchup with them because then you got Nas Reed out there and you got the Cat out there. But you don't have all three of them out there beating you up, which is where they're hard. And so once we're knocking down threes and SGA is doing SGA stuff and he gets us going, then J-Dub starts creating space, scoring in space, which is where the Thunder are deadly. And like I tell people, to me, the Thunder are deadly simply to do what? Put the ball in SGA's hands, let him do that. He can't score one-on-one. Boom, he's going to kick it out. And then as the defense is rotating, you've got who? J-Dub creating points in space. I see them joined by my guy, High Stick Harry. What's up, big dog?
What's going on, brother? How you been?
Nothing, man. Waiting you to get on so we could talk a little bit about my stars, man. That's what I was waiting for, bro. You said you coming on. I was waiting. I was just feeding space, man, till you got here, bro.
Hey, man, massive game for the Stars. That was great for, Texas hockey. They were winning Game 7 in their own barn. That was great. That place was electric.
Oh, dude, it was electric on TV yesterday. I was watching it. It was unbelievable. But you know what?
I had a buddy that went, and he said it was just the, place was just going on, bananas.
Yeah, what kills me is all those damn green hockey jerseys. Hockey is the only sport I think you see where there's tons of hockey jerseys.
Everybody, if you're going to the game, especially in the playoffs, you better be wearing a jersey.
Well, not everybody had them, but I'd say probably, 85, 90% of the people, 8 out of 10 people probably.
Yep, and my favorite place is the one, I know Winnipeg already lost to Colorado last round.
Don't give me about the white on white, man.
That is crazy. Everybody's wearing white hats, white towels, white shirts. You got like 5 guys in the stands wearing their blue jerseys, their away jerseys. They kind of felt like dorks. They were, dang it.
Yeah, what were they doing, man? Why are you wearing that way? Maybe that's the jersey they had, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Jersey they had.
They're the only ones sitting down, though. They're like, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah,
it
is.
Have your fun.
Yeah, it is. But, what I was saying, let me finish up the NBA thing, before we get into it.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I was talking about, how Ant-Man and what Denver, I don't know if you watched the Denver and Minnesota first game one, when Minnesota just beat them up. They physically beat them up.
It looked like they were just outmatched with height-wise.
Yeah, they just beat them up, and they were just making Jokic work.
What you got to do if you're gonna beat that man, he's got to earn every single point, every single rebound. He needs. They need to take it back to the Pistons kind of style. You got to beat him up a little bit. Take.
Yeah, but this is today's NBA. This is today's NBA.
I know, but no free shots, no free just little layup. You know how he always does those little artsy plays. Yeah. I think that if you're gonna get underneath that guy's skin, you gotta body him up a little bit.
Yeah, he had 25 the first.
Within the rules.
Yeah, I agreed. He had 25 the first half and 18 the second half. He really had the fourth quarter. What happened was Nas Reed won the game for him in the fourth quarter. He was unbelievable. He hadn't showed up, hadn't been doing anything. He showed up, and that made a huge difference for them. But like I was saying, that the Thunder with them, we're 2-2. We beat them twice there. They beat us twice here. So, we match up a lot better than when we knock it down threes and get Gobert off the floor. And then you got either Nas or what's our big man's name? Oh my God, 32. Carl Anthony Towns, the cat.
Okay,
So
yeah,
yeah,
Cat, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
They where they got ant and cat, ant and cat. So whatever. But anyway, Ben, we were talking about this. So this guy was telling me, this team from Dallas guy was telling me, I know the coach. They think that the Mavericks are going to beat the Thunder in 4 or 5. So they're either going to sweep the Thunder or beat them in 5.
I think it's going to push to 7. That's just me. I think that both these teams match up. I
They're
mean,
really close.
it's yeah, and they got. I mean, they got two, perennial all stars. I mean, when they can turn it on, they turn it on. And I'm not saying anything against our team, not knocking it, but I'm saying that when those guys get going, it's going to be a little difficult. So I do think that like our young talent, like I heard you talking earlier, I didn't like as well that they took the 8 days. It
That hurt us.
especially for a young team.
Yep,
You want them to keep them legs going. You want to keep the horses running.
I
Like
agree.
us, just like the Derby. You want to keep them going.
Yep,
You
I
don't want
agree.
them to take too long of a break. So I agree with that. I think that might hurt us. I think honestly, like
Yeah, in game
I
one.
heard you saying game one. Yep, I think that's what you got to and you got to knock the rust off a little bit.
Yep, yep.
You can practice every day and still be knocking down your couple thousand shots, whatever you do. But I think knocking that rust off is going to be the hardest thing.
Agreed. Agreed. Now in the playoffs, we finally got NBA and we got hockey. We got everybody. So you got Dallas.
I love playoff season for both because you
Yep.
always got something to watch, even if there's only one going at the time. There's always going to be some good sports going.
Yep. And by the way, you missed a guy the other night. He had his Boston shirt on. It was game 6, and he was, dude, he was going nuts, man. He was cussing and screaming. I was like, damn, where the hell is Ben at when he needs a compadre because this guy had on his bird shirt.
Yeah, be a boy. Yeah,
You know who I'm talking about?
I went to Cats and watched Game 7.
Okay, but you know what I'm talking about? The guy that wears his bird shirt. That's the
Yep,
Bruins
yep.
fan.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, he was cussing. I'm just like, bro, it's just hockey. And then people like 4 or 5 of my friends turned around and looked at me like, did that come out of your mouth? Like you're not like
Yep.
that with basketball. So
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
pretty funny. But anyway, we got Dallas and Colorado right here. The first matchup here in round 2. Who do you like?
Oh man, this one's gonna be really tough. I think Ottinger's probably the best goalie in the world right now, maybe other than Swayman for the Bruins. But Colorado is so stacked. I really, honestly, didn't expect. I mean, I think I expected Vegas to kind of go a little bit further. No offense to the Stars, I think they just. I explained that rule about they had like $9 million over the cap at the right now, so they were pretty much loaded up to win. So they just couldn't get it done. But I do like it's going to Colorado first. No, it's going to Dallas home first. So I'm gonna take Dallas in 7.
Really?
Yep, I'm gonna take Dallas in 7. I think they're made to win right now. They're running on all cylinders. Ottinger's not letting up more than 1, 2 goals a game. You can't really beat that. But Colorado is probably the highest scoring besides the Vancouver Canucks, I'd say, in the league. So it's gonna be tough. But I think Ottinger's like he's ready to go right now. He's primed.
Yeah, and then of course you've got your next series Vancouver and Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Vancouver, the highest scoring team in the league, and then Edmonton. Obviously, you got McJesus, you got Draisaitl, you got some of these guys that are, they're in their prime right now. If Edmonton can stop some goals, if they can, not let up 4 or 5 goals a game, I think they got a good shot. But Vancouver's really, they're from top to bottom. They're kind of like us. How you got, the Thunder. How you got like 1 through 8 or 9, you got like a really solid lineup. But for hockey, it's 1 through about 18, 17. You got a real solid lineup going. So I think Vancouver's going to play. They're going to play them tough. They're going to have to try and be mean to them. But I think McJesus and Draisaitl, I think they take it out. I think Edmonton's going to take that one.
Okay, then you got let me see. Then of course on the other side you've got your Bruins. What do you think about them?
Man, we were like, I knew I figured it was going to go to 7 against the Leafs, and it did. And so now 51 years that they haven't beat us in the playoffs. So don't like the Leafs. So I really liked that one, and their team's about to break up pretty good. But Boston and Florida, I think Florida uh, might have the top side heavy. Where like I think if the Bruins, if our big fourth line with Patty Maroon, a couple of those other fellows are getting after it, I think Boston's a good chance. And Swayman's playing unreal right now, goalie for the Bruins. He's playing, sitting on his head the whole time. He's insane. So it's going to be tough though. Big Bob for Florida. It's going to be a great series. I see this one going 7.
Yeah, and then of course the Rangers already up 1-0 over the Canes.
Yep. Carolina's a stacked team. They hit a couple posts. It's just Durkin for the New York Rangers. He's their goaltender. If he keeps playing like he is, they're going to take that series. But Carolina's very, very good, very skilled. But New York Rangers came out, punched him in the mouth, and took game one. So we'll see how this one pans out. These are all great, great series. There's a lot of good stuff going on.
Yeah, I'm excited about that too. Do you like the Rangers? I mean, they're up 1-0. I mean, do you think that's going to be? I mean, what is
I
your
mean,
thought
they
process?
on the, like so with Shesterkin and net, if he's going to play like he did in game one, then they're gonna win this series. There's nothing Carolina can really do about it. You know, when a goalie's hot and he's on fire, you just gotta let him ride. You gotta ride him, till the wheels fall off.
Yeah, one hundred
So
percent.
in the Rangers, and they're putting the puck in the net. They're making exciting plays. They're being physical. They're a mean team. And Carolina just has to come back. You know, they got to come back with a left hook when New York just gave them a right hook. So I think it'll be good, but I think this one's going to go. All four of these series are going to go 6, 7 games. There will be no sweeps. There will be nothing like that.
Yep, and then of course you've got your Bruins tonight, baby, on ESPN against the
Oh yeah,
Panthers.
I'm gonna try and meet up my pops and one of his dads or one of my dad's buddies to go see if I can watch a little bit of that with them. So I
But the
got
Panthers, how the
some
hell are the
boys back.
Panthers 1.5 point favorites over under 5.5? How is that?
Panthers are so dang good right now. It's not a lot on that money line. It's like I mean if it's that they have to pick like Vegas has to pick a -1.5 favorite. They don't ever do half goal favorites because they can just do puck line. So that's why it's so like lopsided like that. So they think Florida's going to win tonight.
Yeah, but how is your thought process on that though, Ben?
It's really just going to be a battle between the goalies. I mean, they went last season. The Bruins were up 3-1 going in the playoffs against the Panthers. Panthers came back, won three straight, and beat us in Game 7. So it's going to be a really tough process. These teams are both they know each other really well. I look for it to get really really chippy the first two games. I mean, you're going to see some like after the whistle, you're going to see some guys getting some face washes. You're going to get some dirty gloves in your mouth. There are going to be some different things going on. Guys are going to be tripping each other and jabbing at each other. And look for the big fourth lines probably to start the game, and they'll probably get some physicality going started early. But I never bet against or never bet for my Bruins anymore, like gambling wise
Uh huh.
or anything wise, just because every single time I've done it, I mushed them. So I'm
Oh, don't do that
not gonna
then.
see this one, but I see it going 7.
Yeah, I'll say don't do that.
It's gonna be a hell of a series. So yeah, I mean, if you got nothing going on tonight, watch that game. Tune into that. It's gonna be great.
Well, the problem is I got NBA games to watch and that to watch
Yep,
too. So,
yep.
I may
That's what
do.
I got. I got the 3 TV system going in the living room right now
Yeah,
because of
you
the
and
playoffs.
Drew. Well, see, Drew, I don't have really this little area where I can have two TVs. His wife's gonna let him put a
Yep,
third TV up there.
yep.
I don't really have a spot like that. So
I got the computer and 2 TVs in the bar room, so I got a little bit of
yeah.
space.
When
So
I finish doing my office, being I got to finish my gold medal should be done this week. I'll probably have it up next week to go behind me.
excellent.
Uh,
Yes, sir.
and then I'm gonna get a TV put over there. But it sounds like I need to have two TVs here in my office. I need to have one
You
right
gotta
in
have
front
two
of
in the
me, and I need to
computer
put
at
another TV
least
over there.
if you're going through playoff. Yeah, because like, even the other day when I was watching the Derby, I had basketball, the Derby, and hockey.
Yeah,
I
but
got a
Ben,
little
the
bit of
question
everything.
is, if I have two TVs in my office, when am I? I mean, because I'm gonna have.
I
I got
know,
the
but
one in the living
there's just
room. I
certain
mean,
times of the year you're gonna need it. There's certain times of the year you're gonna need it.
well, Ace doesn't really like me being in the office. He doesn't have. He likes me being in the living room to watch the one TV so he can lay his
Yeah,
big butt on
yeah,
me. Get your big
yeah.
100 pound
My
butt.
pup Gretzky lays right in front of the TV and watches it like full on. Hilarious.
That's hilarious. That's
Hey,
hilarious. So I'm
hey,
excited about it.
Matt.
Yo, hey, see, that's my boy Charles. All right, Ben, I'll holler at you, brother.
All right, boys.
Hey,
Cheers.
and I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Cheers.
that's my guy Ben Dillman, High Stick Harry, giving us his hockey profile and letting us know what's up. And then, of course, I'm joined by my guy Charles Williams of Elevate Your Game. What's up, big dog?
Hey, it's you, Matt. Matt Clark.
Oh, so now you got to call me my government, man. You done known me since you was what, 18, 19?
Yeah.
Oh, we doing that, Matt Clark. Oh, okay. Played ball with me,
Well,
saved us against Missouri. You gonna act like that? Okay, I see how you are, man. It's okay. It's okay.
hey, man, I was wet behind the ears there, man. I think I had to keep up with that, once you But you got to get a guy the respect he deserves, man. So
Yeah, he do. Yeah, he does. Well, I appreciate that, man. Hey, anyway, we're going to talk about, you have a big event coming up, your coaches clinic. That's Thursday, right?
yeah, it's Thursday. Probably going to get started about 5. Doors open around 4. And we got a good lineup, man. We're getting kind of back in the groove with this whole coaches clinic platform. This whole type of event of trying to educate and empower this next gen of coaches. And so we got Kevin Sampson, um, who's now coach of the year, which is
Yeah.
a
Well,
big
well
honor for him.
deserved. Well deserved.
Well deserved. And then we have Sarah Gaylor out of Brescia University. Actually, she's a head men's coach there. That's a unique situation, and she has a great story behind that. And also, we have Sam Houston State women's basketball coach Rayvon Justice. Unfortunately, Mike Horton wasn't able to make it, but we have a interview with him that went really well. So we're looking forward to hopefully cast him on next year for our next event in 2025. All works well.
Yeah, because when you and I were talking about this, we were talking about how what a big event this can be, and that you do it, and you stopped for a while because of COVID, and then now
Right.
you're back. What made you decide to start doing it again?
Well, it's a need. I mean, I see it as I'm always in the community. I know there's another era of good coaches, younger coaches coming out and getting these big opportunities, not only at the college level, but you got high school, very competitive now. You got coaches all over. You got coaches in AAU, you got coaches in community, club teams. And what we miss among everything, man, is trying to, when you're understanding getting into the profession of coaching. It's not something that's easy. It doesn't happen overnight, and it's good to hear from some of these guys who want to give back to the coaches to educate them and how things work. And so that's a need out here for us. And so I just want to pass along the opportunities that I get to pass it on to other guys that I know that are actually searching for information and direction.
Yeah, well, I was sitting there looking at it. I pulled it up here, and you got a little. If people want to go, you have your URL up here where people can elevate your game. You can go in and you can do that, and you can sign up or look into it. That right? Correct. You got your URL up there in the top right left hand corner, by the
Yeah,
clinic.
that's
Yep.
correct. Yeah,
Now,
you can scan and register, or here in Dallas, man, you can. It's kind of how coaches are. We kind of last minute with it. I know everybody's out ripping and running, but we have our QR codes there at the site, and it's easy access, so you can do it as you arrive. So
okay.
just want to get access to guys that who can get there.
Now,
And
where
we're
exactly is it says it's Legacy Christian Academy. That's on that's there in Frisco. But how is the easiest way to get to it? Is it like right off the tollway, or is it right off of George Bush, or how's the easiest way to get there, Charles?
Okay. You named it right. You called it right. That means you've been in Dallas area before.
Yes, I've been in Dallas area, as you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Dallas Tollway right there. A lot of you all are maybe familiar with 121.
Yep,
As you
121.
come off 35, take 121. As soon as you hit Dallas North Tollway, you go north again, and I mean you're 5 minutes away once you get past 121.
Okay, so now what exit is that over there? Because I know you've got the exit where the what's it called the field house is over there, right there.
Yes,
Is
that's
it
the
on the same
street.
exit as the field
It's
house?
before. Yeah, it's before that though. You're
Okay,
gonna look at Stone. It'll be Stonebrook exit.
Stonebrook.
It'll
Okay.
be Stonebrook exit. Yeah, and it's right there after you exit off of Stonebrook, easy access, and the school sits right on the corner as well. So
Oh, okay.
can't Yeah.
Yeah, it's because I saw my guy David Guthrie used to live right over in that area, and so I'd go over there and hang out with him and Angela. Yeah, they lived right over there, so I would go over there and hang out. Plus, when I was coaching, we'd go right there to the field house and play mini
Oh yeah.
games over there as well. So, but
Okay. Yeah.
I appreciate the fact that Kelvin's going to be there because that's a big thing for him to give back to the community. Because especially somebody him being a former OU basketball coach here, and he had a squad going here, and he's got it going there in Houston. I thought this year that they were going to win it all. I thought they were going to do it, but they came up a little short.
They sure did. I know how disappointing that can be, but man, he's a great guy, giving us this opportunity to come see us and really cares about the community and the next generation of coaches as well as players. So our business is about developing players with good, sound fundamental skills, but also with character.
You're right.
So we have a curriculum that we work by in a format to do that. So we certainly appreciate you, man, and what you do, man. You're doing an excellent job, man, and giving us the space to come on your platform to share about our event, man.
Well,
Much success.
go ahead, Charles. Sorry.
No, I said much success to you on that, man. I know you're a street guy to play for. Man, imagine probably the thing to work for. So,
Yeah.
hey, you gave me another break, man. So I got to make the best out of it.
I understand, but I appreciate you. You're my boy, and you're my guy. Because I can't say boy because people trip out. Oh my God, like so you're my guy, man. I mean, you and I are old school, and we don't look at the term
No,
boy talking to each other as people look at it in a negative term. So you're my guy, and I'm proud of what you're doing there to elevate your game. And of course, I've been there watching you do your thing, and I'm proud of you. And like I said, I really like Kelvin, and I've always liked Kelvin. I thought he was fantastic. And when I was doing my high school sports show, Inside High School Sports, Kelvin came on and did our show for us, and he's just, people have a negative connotation for him. I don't get it. I like him a lot as a person. I think he's a fantastic coach and a great recruiter. He does really, really well, and I don't understand the issue. I just never have. So that's just me, though. So, but
yeah,
anyway.
yeah, but that's the beauty of it, man. Trying to get coaches exposed and get them a platform where people can get to know them. That's the kind of the niche that we have for doing our coaching class.
I agree 100%. I'm looking forward to that. So, but okay, Chili, man, anything else you want to talk about before we bounce?
Oh man, no, I really appreciate it, man. I'm looking forward to when you come to Dallas. I can return the favor to you, man. It's been long time coming. So
Well, what we got
we
to
look
do,
forward to
Chili, is we got to come. What I need to do is come there at some point and do a remote there wherever you're at. You're doing your stuff at when you've got a camp going on or something like that. We can do a remote there at your location, and so that's what we need to do is one of these days to come down there when I figure out a day I could get off. Do you do it? When do you do your elevate your game? Is that in the afternoons, or when do you do your stuff, or where do you do it?
coming up now. Well, we don't. Now we have actually 5 locations that we work out of. We either training or doing our actual program. We identify. We target 13 and under.
Uh
Uh,
huh. So do I.
so there's about 4 churches that we work out of in the Metroplex, all over from suburbs to the inner city.
Yeah. Are you still at Prestonwood?
Yes, still in Freshman on the weekends and during the summer. Um, Holy Cross, I think Lutheran would probably be another one we have outside our church in Dallas, one community church
Uh huh.
up in Louisville and Prospect. So we'll be there, and then we have the Apex Center in Kitty.
Yeah, and then of course our guy Randy Wright always comes on too and talks to us, and which I'm the commander. I'm surprised he's not talking trash. He's normally sending me a message or saying something crazy to me, something that you can laugh at, only that you and he and I would know about. You know what I mean? He's always
Oh my
saying.
goodness, yeah.
I mean, Randy. He's always got something to say about something. So, but
Oh
anyway,
yeah, man. Look, yeah.
yeah, yeah. But anyway, brother, I appreciate you. We're getting ready to get out of here. I got to go do training this fact myself in 30 minutes. I got a couple kids I got to train at 3:30, so I'm getting ready to get out of here. And but I
All right, well,
appreciate you, man. And then we may get you come back on Wednesday, the day before, and see get you some more exposure there if that's okay. If you got time.
sounds great. Yeah, we'll make the time for you, man.
All right,
Love you, man.
I appreciate you, brother. Love you, man. Be safe.
All
Tell the missus I said, tell them the significant other I said hello as well too.
I sure will, man. She asked about you, so I
Yeah.
definitely will. She's
Yeah,
looking
cause we
forward to doing
yeah,
it.
cause we missed y'all at the reunion this year, man.
Yeah, we had some things going on down here, man. I just couldn't get away from. We was actually trying to set this up here, so we'll make our round again. We'll make it again.
Yep, yeah, we will. All right, my brother, I appreciate you. That's my guy Charles
Thank
Williams
you,
of
man.
Elevate Your Game, doing his thing down there in the DFW area there, doing fantastic things for kids. Of course, what do? We give back. To much who's given, much is expected. That being said, everybody have a peaceful day. Peace out. Be